me, because I know everybody say this, but I'm really just a regular old dude. Like, I'm really a regular dude out here. So you walk up to me like, oh my God, TexasT. And I'm like, oh my God, who are you? You know, you know how some people they scared to say, hey, who are you? Not me. I'm like, I've had plenty of times be like, you TexasT? I'll be like, who are you? What's your name? Do I know you? Because if I know you, I'll be like, okay, so it's one of those things. You know me, but I don't know you. Okay, I got you. It's an awkward feeling for me
Yeah.
because I'm not used to it. And I always am my authentic self. And I believe that's what people like about me when they meet me. And I've had plenty of them say, you're the same guy. I'm like, well, who else am I supposed to?
Welcome to Tarlux, a podcast for content creators come on, share their stories, experiences, and advice. And today I'm super excited. I have TexasT. Welcome.
What's going on, bro?
So happy you're able to do this, and I really appreciate you, man. So the way we get things started, we do sort of 3 random questions to get the juices pumping. Are you ready?
Ready as I ever be.
All right. So you're going out to eat without the kids. Where are you going, or what are you ordering?
Ooh, currently, she probably gonna go for something healthy. But if it was like the normal us, because it'll be like maybe a burger from a place called Southwell.
Okay.
It'll be Southwell's burger or it'll be Gringo.
All right. Nice.
And so it'll be out of those two, but most likely we'll choose the place where we can go right here and then come back home.
Yep.
And so we've been doing a lot of Gringo. Gringos is really good for us. And also, but if we had a choice, like to say, hey, babe, it's just me and you.
Yep.
No kids, no nothing. What we're going to do is special. We're going to a place called Southwell.
Okay.
And they make the most amazing burger. Like,
nice.
Oh, my God.
And what do you get on that burger? What's so special about that burger?
So we don't, well, I don't like onions.
Yep.
Right. My wife don't like raw onions all the time either. So for the most part, we're getting, of course, bread is toasted, mayonnaise, mustard, the patties, of course.
Yep.
Lettuce, tomato, fried egg.
Oh, okay.
Cheese and chili.
Oh, that sounds like a messy burger, but it sounds good though.
It's pretty Americanly messy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So now, second question, when you were a little kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
When I was a little kid, what did I want to be? This question has haunted me. I never knew what I wanted to be.
Okay.
I was the kid that said, I don't know what I want.
Yeah.
I was the kid that had all the questions. So that haunted me all the way up until close to my 40s.
Oh, wow.
What do you want to do? So I was able to do so much stuff, but there was one point where I knew, like, okay, I was like, Mom, I remember this as a kid. This was when games came out, Nintendo, stuff like that.
Yeah.
When consoles actually came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Mom, I want to go to school to make video games. And my mom, of course, didn't see what we seen, because I knew in my head this gonna be in the future. Like,
yeah.
So and it wasn't nothing my mom did negatively.
Yeah.
She was just like, nah, baby, you don't worry about them video games. Video games. You need to get you a real job, stuff like that. So other than that, it was to be a singer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Excellent. So I actually pursued that for a little.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
And I was a singer.
All right. So now last question. What's the best thing about Texas?
The state?
Yeah.
Or me?
Good point. What's the best thing about Texas, the state?
The Texas, the state. The best thing about Texas, the state, I can say, is a great place to raise your children.
Nice. Excellent.
They have everything you need to offer as far, trees, land, old school folk that, still like, hey, how they do? How you doing? Everybody's speaking to each other. And of course, we do live in a crazy world right now. But for the most part of me growing up in Texas, very reasonable pricing for living. And being able to raise your children in a very metropolitan type of place
Yeah.
where everybody's here, everybody's kind and as far as greeting people, things like that. But a good place to raise your children and good place to live as far as like prices and things
Yeah.
like that. How much you pay. But I love it here. I really do.
Excellent. All right. So welcome to the podcast. So you're a streamer, you're a dad, you're a husband, you also have a full-time job. What did you do before you found the go live button?
I'm gonna try to make this long story short. Before I pressed the live button, just to make it simple, I was a guy working, very optimistic, don't like working jobs, grateful for jobs, but felt I have a higher purpose, especially being here on this earth one time.
Yep.
So before the live button, I was just working in the oil and gas field. Went from working in the shop to on rigs to out of the rigs back into a shop. Currently, even now. And so before I pressed the live button, that's what I was doing. I was just doing regular work as a gas chromatograph
Yeah.
technician.
Okay. Yeah, the rig work is that's not an easy job. And if I'm right, or if I remember, I got some people that do this. You're gone for weeks at a time, possibly out on these rigs.
Oh yeah, when I was going, oh yeah, we was going like 3 weeks at a time, sometimes even up to a month.
Yeah.
And my body just couldn't handle it. I was at a point where I was taking like close to 80 to 100 Tylenols a week.
Holy crap, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
just to keep the pain
Yep.
on my body, at ease.
Wow.
Everything. So I knew something had to change from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as far as like the question you asked just right before,
Yeah.
what was I doing? That's what I was doing.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So now, where did video games start for you? I see the gray. So you're probably, in your 40s or 50s. Like, I'm 50, so you're probably
Way
in your 40s.
back.
Yeah.
Atari 2600 Pong.
Yep.
So I having
Yeah, you got the one
Yep,
button
that
and the
was me.
joystick goes four ways.
and the
That's
little
it.
button on the top. Yep, that was me. That was me all day.
Oh,
And it started there, but it didn't. Yeah, it started there.
yeah.
But as far as like where it went, that's when like Street Fighters came in and I was in the arcades all the time to the
Yeah.
point where I even got whoopings. I don't know back what they say in your day, but our mom and them would let us know one thing: you better be in here before them street lights come on.
Yep.
Or not, you're gonna get a whooping.
Yeah.
Right? So I was so hooked on it that I would be in the arcade and not, when you're having fun,
Oh,
time just
yeah.
next thing I know, I'm on the game and I'll look outside and see the darkness. I'm already crying on the way to the house.
Oh,
So yeah, I've been playing video games for a long time, and from there it just went up from there. Like
Yeah.
my love for video games.
yeah, the arcade back then was something special. The smell of it, the noise, you put your quarters, everybody's lining up their quarters, who's got next game and whatnot.
Right.
That was a special
Yeah.
time.
That was a time right there, a special time. Like, of course we've changed.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I
now,
still appreciate
when did you jump into the PC gaming side of things?
The PC gaming, the thing about it is I still play on console.
Oh, okay.
I just happen to have a PC and I run my stream and stuff from the PC, and every now and then I'll play a PC game.
Yeah.
For the most part, I'm Sony PlayStation guy
wow,
all the way.
okay.
Now I got it. I did play PC, and when I do, everybody like that's part of my content. Y'all keep your PC guard players, okay? With your little mouse and keyboard
Yeah.
and using your whole hand, and you're doing super spins and jumping off the wall and kicking me in the head and throwing the bullet off. No, I don't. So it was too stressful for me because I'm playing in here with people who literally probably sit in that chair all day, every day. Back in my day, now look, if I was younger, that's different.
Right.
I had all the time, but now I got 5 kids, a wife,
A job.
full-time job,
Yeah.
business on the side. Everything I'm doing, I ain't got time to sit there and practice
Yeah.
and get that good. So my console lobbies are easier.
Nice.
And it allows me to create better content also.
Excellent.
So,
You might
but
be
I'm
honest.
willing to play PC games.
You might be onto something there for older folks like me. Maybe I need to get that. Just focus on the console because like you said, mouse and keyboard. Those youngins, man, they are quick,
Bro,
snap reflexes.
Oh my goodness. And we were at a point,
Yep.
but so when people tell me, oh, age ain't nothing but a number, I'm like, no, that's a whole lie from the devil himself. It does matter.
Yeah.
I wear glasses now. I got about Look, I got about 3 pair right now.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, yeah, and so when people even ask me for my settings, because when you become the streamer guy that everybody watch, hey man, what's your controller settings? And I'd be like, bro, trust me, I want my settings. Okay. All right. I'm 45. My vision is bad now. My reaction time is slower.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah.
Excellent. Oh man. And now, looking back of all the games that you've played over the years, what is the one game that really sticks out to you? That's your all-time favorite.
If you ask for a genre in a genre way, it wasn't a first person shooter.
Yep.
Hold on. Third person
Okay.
shooter. My favorite game of all time.
Oh, SOCOM. Yep.
SOCOM Confrontation on PS.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. When I tell you, we talking about up till 5, 6, 7, pulling 28-hour times just sitting there playing this. You know,
Oh man.
that was my favorite of all time. Like
Yeah.
as far as community, being able to talk with people,
Yeah.
multiplayer. It was an online only game,
Yeah.
period, and it was the first of its kind. My favorite of all time. That was in my cussing days too, just to let you know. I don't know if you know. That was in my cussing profanity.
Okay, all right.
I'm PG now. I don't cuss no more.
Yep.
No, but that in that day, oh, you didn't. Yeah, I was a masterpiece for artist with words, and
It'd be like, kids,
that
put
was
your
my first
headphones
rage
on.
game.
Yeah.
It was my first rage game, and they called me the Wholesome Rager. Like even now, that's what they call me. That's my headliner, the Wholesome Rager, and so a lot of people can't believe that I don't use profanity when I rage, so it makes it clean and funny.
All right, excellent. And now, what made you hit that go live button to begin with?
I was working in Oklahoma, out of town. It was the first time I seen streaming.
Yep.
And I just happened to be scrolling through Facebook. And I was scrolling and I seen this guy and he looked like me.
Yeah.
Not, of course, like me, but of course, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
people connect with people that look like them in their culture, of course, like, what I mean by he was black.
Yeah.
Like, and I seen him and his name is KellyKale. And he was dancing on top of his, when he'll win, he'll dance on top of his, chair. And I'm like, man, what is this? Like, what is he doing? And he playing Apex. That's my favorite game. So he playing and I'm watching and I'm just like amazed. And that's when I started scrolling through other people. Now I'm gonna name some names. Rasta La Vista, another guy that really inspired me, Ricky Live, because he's a PG content creator. And I was like, oh, so they do accept people who don't cuss.
Right.
So from there, KellyKale, and I'm putting his name out there, him and the God Squad, Thrive, my boy BLG, Black Lion and Gamers. So I seen these people that look like me.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the idea to want to stream yet though.
Right.
But it was very cool to see. So boom. From there, I followed the guy. He had follower games.
Yeah.
So I'm at home one day like, well, let me see if I can jump into this. Boom. Actually playing with this guy. And as I'm playing with him, the game goes on. Now I did horrible. I ain't gonna even lie. As far as like the gaming aspect, it's like, skills. But he said, bro, you got something. I was like, what? He's like, you got it. That's all I'm saying. He said, have you ever considered trying to stream? I was like, ow. That's when KellyKale was like, I think you got something and you should give it a try. And so from there, my wife encouraged me and I still didn't start after that.
Yeah.
And so if you don't mind, I'm gonna give me about 2 more minutes to explain this.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, this is your podcast. This is your story. It's however you want to go, man. Whatever path.
From there, even my wife and a couple of friends I would play with, and then there was another guy I was playing with that watched KellyKale also, named Hanky Panky, and my friend Critic, and they was like, bro, you need to probably try it, bro. Your personality is amazing, bro. Like, just try it. And I was like, man, now. So boom. From there, my wife encouraged me, and we was getting a house built.
Yeah.
Right? The house I'm in now. Thank God for this. And thank God for my wife. My wife, we got this house built from the ground up. So what I didn't know when we came to see it in its skeleton form with the frame, we were able to come to check out the house before it was fully built. She told me to come with her. I came with her, and I came here, and she said, "Babe," and I go in here, bro. I'm gonna try my best to. My wife is amazing. Absolutely, like without her, like for real. Like, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a husband.
Yeah.
This woman is absolutely incredible. I come in here and there's on the studs in this room.
Yeah.
I didn't know what this room was. She said, "Babe, I wrote prayers on the stud." For what? Said, "Because I'm praying to God is to be your future.
Oh, wow.
And I believe in you so much that she and wrote prayers on the studs in these walls in here." I didn't, oh my God. So from there, we prayed outside the house. I just couldn't, and even then, bro, it was amazing to hear that. That's my wife even believe. I didn't even believe. She believed in me when I didn't believe in
Right.
myself. So from there, bro, like ended up going to actually purchase stuff,
Yeah.
getting the stuff, standing in I did 2 weekends at Micro Center, like sleeping outside
Yeah.
in the tents. I got the video footage for it. I'm gonna make a video hopefully soon of my journey of that.
Yeah.
Oh, sleeping outside at Micro Center. I'm talking about a whole day, just staying there maybe up to 2 days just to get a no, like, no, we ain't got no GPUs. That was during the time
Oh,
where everybody was trying to get GPUs.
yeah.
But people was doing the mining thing
Yep.
for
Crypto mining.
crypto.
Yeah.
So people, them guys was buying them. So they had to incorporate a rule to where people can at least get one. So
Oh,
finally I
shoot.
get all my stuff. Uh from there, I had purchased all the stuff. If you look in the back of the wall,
Yeah.
I still got the stuff lined up back here,
Yeah.
right? All the stuff, but I didn't do nothing with it. It just sat there almost a year, bro.
Wow.
I was dealing with, will people accept me for being a clean person who believes in righteousness,
Yeah.
don't cuss, don't drink, don't smoke, don't club, don't teach his kids things that a lot of people are teaching
Yeah.
or not teaching their children. And I had a feeling that they would look at me in a negative way, like, ain't nobody trying to see nobody like that. He
Right.
don't do nothing. He ain't with the program. And I got, and if I can mention this, I have 5 children.
Yep.
This was the first time I was able to get my children all together after 20 some years, like in one room.
Yeah.
This actually happened. Boom. When they came down here and this happened, that weekend of that time of that actually happening, I got sick with COVID.
Oh, shoot.
And I didn't know, I was like, you didn't think.
Yeah.
I didn't know, because I thought it was regular cold. Next thing you know, I started losing my breath. My wife
Oh.
started getting concerned about it, bought this stuff. And thank God she bought these things from Amazon that measure your heart rate, I
Yeah.
guess, and your oxygen level.
Oxygen levels. Yep.
If she wouldn't have bought those, Barry, it was a possibility I would have
Wow.
passed. I didn't know nothing about this.
Yeah.
All I know is I was losing my breath. So I'll be in the bed. I'm sick. I'm sweating. I'm just she get these things and it tells me my oxygen level was down to like almost under 80.
Yeah.
Had to rush me directly to the hospital.
Oh, shoot.
Got to the hospital, and they even let me know. Like, soon as I got to the front, I ended up throwing up right in front of
Yeah.
the nurse. And then when they found out not only did I have COVID, and not only was my oxygen level so low they had to put me on oxygen, but I also had pneumonia.
Holy crap.
During this time in the hospital for like 5 or 6 days, it was the time where, and mind you, in this 5 or 6 days, I lost like 40 pounds. I was down to nothing.
Yeah.
Skin, to me, it was skin and bones. It was the time I was by myself. Nobody around, questioning things about God,
Yeah.
life. Why am I even here? What's my purpose? I've been, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this was the one time where even the doctors let my wife know, because nobody could come see me during this time. You can't see, nobody can see you. And the doctor told my wife to get her affairs in order.
Oh, shit.
They usually don't make it through this stage.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do this without tears.
That's all right, man.
I remember falling. I was in the bed. It was like 2 something in the morning. fell out the bed in the hospital. I don't even think I've told my wife.
Yeah. We can
And
edit that out there so she doesn't hear that you fell out of her bed.
Yeah, no. I think maybe I told her, but it was just so. It was the one time I was on the floor, my thing came out, my oxygen thing, and I couldn't. Bro, I was like trying to catch my breath.
Yeah.
And if you don't get enough breath, you die.
Yeah.
And I remember praying in my mind and out my mouth, God, if you are real, I need you to help me. But if this is it, who cares?
Yeah.
Whatever. But I was desperate. So if you're real, and I called the name of Jesus, to let you know. And when I said that, the door opened. Because I had no alarm thing.
Right.
The nurse just happened to come in and got me on the last parts of my breath and helped me up in the bed and put the thing on my face.
Yeah.
And after that, even though my doctor gave my wife that news that maybe to get your affairs in order, when I came out of that, next thing you know, of course, the doctor came in the next day, bro, and said, hey, I don't know what happened. Your pneumonia is gone.
Holy cow.
Your oxygen level is going up to normal. Your COVID is gone. Barry, when he said that, I was like, what you mean? He said, you can go home. So we getting you prepared to go home today. They let me go with an oxygen.
Yeah.
And I went back home. My wife picked me up. She was excited. She was scared, of course, all this time I've been gone.
Right.
I had lost all this weight. And that's when I came home. And of course, my mama came by. So for like a week, they were tending to me.
Yeah.
And they was waiting on me, hand and feet, right? Now y'all appreciate me now. But so that's when I came in this room.
Yeah.
And it was empty. I mean, it was empty as far as no stuff around, but the stuff was there. And that's when I said it's time. It's time to get to work.
Yeah.
And I got to work because also in that prayer was me asking the purpose of this.
Right.
Give me a sign that this is something you want me to do.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up pressing the live button. And when I did press the live button, the crazy part is my first broadcast was to me, I thought was a test broadcast.
Yeah.
I thought I was testing the stream, but I was actually streaming live.
Nice.
That was my first stream, and it's actually still on Facebook, and I got it saved. And when people see that, they was like, bro, that's crazy. You didn't even know you was live, which gave me more evidence and solidified this is something I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great story, man.
Sorry it was so long.
Dude, this is there's no rules. This is your pod. This is where we go. Whatever path we go down. Awesome story. And now when you first hit that go live button, what were some of the game, what was the game? Was it Apex was the game that you were streaming?
It was Apex.
Yeah.
It was Apex and it was Warzone.
Oh, okay.
Because my son loved Warzone.
Yeah.
My oldest son, and he was like, Dad, you gotta come on, get on Warzone with me. And I was on PC on Warzone.
Oh, shoot.
And I started Apex on PC also.
Yeah.
It started off easy, like after your first game on Apex. But it's something about Apex PC lobbies, but they're God tier guys. And from there, that's when I was like, you know what, man, I'm going Apex on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh,
excellent, man.
So the Apex was the main game. It still is.
And now, what was it like, not streaming, not having a background in streaming, just seeing it on Twitch and whatnot. You started streaming. Now you had people coming in, strangers. What was that? Nothing really prepares for you. Like, somebody sees you stream and come in. It's like, all right, now you've got to sort of be that local bartender and, tell them your story. What was that experience like?
For people just coming in?
Yeah, for those first few streams where all of a sudden you had some people trickle in.
The natural entertainer in me was there.
Yeah.
I was known even at the house. Like I think my family is even kind of sad that I changed from the drinking, always want to party tea, because everybody would want to know where tea at.
Yeah.
Like it ain't no Thanksgiving gathering, no party until T get here. Why? Because T got the jokes, he got the drink, he got the energy. So I was always this high energy person. And I didn't look at it as that. I look at it like I love being around people and I love people to laugh and have a
Yeah.
good time. I don't want to be no Grinch around people, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
So that natural part of me would happen when they would come in, and I, you know, and till this day, even after almost 2.5 years, I read every comment,
Yeah.
even if it's 60 people, 70 people, and sometimes I die doing this, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but that gives me a chance to roast them, and then in turn try to, you know, roast me because I'm like, it's because of y'all that I died, you know, and so they love that because, you know, I tell people that do start the stream stuff, people want to be acknowledged.
Yes. Yep.
Like, you know, read a comment or two, you know, and you wouldn't believe how many people are just looking for somebody to acknowledge them,
Yep.
you know. And I knew that early on, even when I did, but that was just a natural me responding to people. Like, hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, thank you for coming through, man. What you doing? Boom, boom, boom. And
Yeah.
just having a conversation with them. And I tell people, you wouldn't believe how many people out here that people won't even say hi to.
Yep.
So that does a tremendous amount for that person that comes in the
Mhm.
stream. So that's how I respond to it, and that's how I still respond to it, to know that people are special, people, you know, are important,
Yeah.
and they want to be acknowledged, and I do. And sometimes I acknowledge them so much, my community get upset with me.
Oh no.
Hey, bro, play the game. God, dog, you playing rank. Stop talking to us. I'm like, but you talking to me. Like, come on. So yeah, that's what I
Excellent.
do.
So, how would you describe a TexasT stream?
Ooh. I would describe it as something you can't just see on a clip.
All right.
You really have to experience it. If I describe it, you come in from beginning, um, entertaining, high energy from the beginning all the way to the end. Um, I You're gonna not just enjoy me, you're gonna enjoy the community. They're gonna invite you in. They're gonna be, you know, nice and kind, and then let you kindly also know we're very petty. We're not toxic, but we are petty.
Yeah.
We're gonna be roasting him. He's he probably break out and do a concert here and there. You're gonna hear and see things that you never heard and seen before, and none of it will be toxic. It will just be all like fun and entertainment
All
all
right.
day because I'm very spontaneous. I
Okay.
do. It's unlike, look, if your favorite streamer is not becoming to you, then you should be coming to me. All right. And I tell people, when you come here, you will notice why everybody ends up saying what they say. And I'm not bragging.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think this is are you acting? You know, and then everybody will let them know, like, even met me in real life, like, no, that's actually him. That's him. He's high energy.
Yeah.
He's fun to be around. And I'm very straightforward. I'm very like, bam, right there. Like, no doing
Yeah.
unless it's something
No beating around the bush.
that I don't beat around the bush, but at the same time, it's not something that I know, you know, that could cause somebody some kind of harm
You're right.
in any kind of way.
Yeah.
And if I do, I don't do it intentionally, and I'll apologize right on the spot. But to describe it, it's just this fun, entertaining show.
Yeah.
It's a show because I put on voices. I act out skits like out of the blue. Whether it's spectating or I scream. Like I scream, and people were like, "Wait, how is this coming out of 45-year-old guy or whatever?" But it's just how I've always reacted to video games. So it's an experience,
All
brother.
right.
That's all I can tell you.
Hey, that's a great answer. And now,
Yeah.
since you hit that go live button, what is the toughest thing about, going live?
The toughest thing is, at first it starts off as trying to handle everything at one time. You know, you're commenting, you're reading
Yeah.
the comments, you got this over here, you're reading to make sure this is right, you make sure your music is right, you make sure your sound is right. Well, at least for me.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people make this stuff real simple. They not gonna talk to you. They're gonna be like, "Hey, y'all," and they're gonna talk to you for the next 3 or 4 hours. For me, the toughest thing about streaming is people thinking that I'm not human.
Okay.
They don't believe streamers are human sometimes, or
Oh,
most of the
yes.
time. They think you're like this robot, just you don't have no life.
Yeah.
This is what you do. You do nothing else. You serve us.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have mental problems. You don't have mental issues. You are a super streamer.
You just play video
And
games. What's wrong with your
right,
life? Yeah.
right. So I've dealt with like it ain't about negative. You know how people say negative things, or I've dealt with that my whole life. I'm not worried about what people say. But that, and the most one I just really thought of is not being able to spend the time I want with my children
Yeah.
like I want. I can, but I got to sacrifice one or the other. And it's not that I'm sacrificing the time with my kid, and my kids do understand, and my family understands. But for me, it's a struggle
Mm-hmm.
because my daughter, and everybody know Jay. Everybody knows Jay by name, like in Parker. She just comes right in here, like you know. I better not lock the door because she gonna bang on it. She gonna come in, hey daddy, just she know they're there, but that's one of the hardest things also.
Yeah.
Sacrificing that time a little bit, knowing that I can be spending that with my kids, but in order for me to solve that is for me to one day do this full time
Mm-hmm.
rather than working 10, 12 hours at a regular job, then coming home and having
Yeah.
a little bit of time left. So yeah,
Yeah.
those
And
are
that's a great answer because like you said, you're trying to be a full-time content creator, also pay the bills with your regular job and be the husband, be the dad, take care of the, the honey-do list and all that kind of
yes,
things.
sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that'll be it.
Yep.
It took me a little bit to think about it because I didn't want to like just blurt out anything just to
Right.
be blurting
Yeah.
out stuff.
And now, one of the unique things about, being live on Twitch is that whole raid mechanism. Like, when somebody bringing their massive mansion house party to your one-bedroom apartment, nothing prepares
Yeah.
for you like that. What's been some of the, how do you deal with that when that happens?
Some people say I'm just a natural at this. When people come in, I've already got like a setup to where when they come in my community, and even if they don't respond, I have a whole setup for it. I have a whole intro. I have a whole short video to let them know, and or like a saying or something I say to welcome them in. Uh, and it just was a natural thing I knew to do to make them feel recognized and acknowledged,
Yeah.
and not just to make them feel. I'm very appreciative and grateful. My like for instance, my biggest raid was by Nice Wig. I didn't even know who this guy was.
Yeah.
Nice Wig is global. I didn't know this. I was just having fun on stream with my kids, and you can go back and watch the clip. Like it changed the whole trajectory of my life
Oh, really?
when this happened. Oh yeah, because it was like 3,000, 4,000 people that just
Wow.
came into my stream, and usually it has more than that. That was a light day,
Yeah.
and I was used to responding, like regularly, like, "Oh, thank y'all for the, boom, 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 boom. Hey, I thank you for trusting me with your community." But it was one of those things where, like, wait, and the freaking comment list was flying, and I couldn't read a comment hardly, and follows. I had to like mute my sound alert because it was too
Okay.
many follow alerts and subs and gifted subs
Oh,
and
wow.
2, 3, 4, 500 subs. Like, bro, like I was like mind blown. So I
Wow.
was overwhelmed to
Yeah.
the point where to tears.
Oh,
Like
no
I was really
way.
grateful. Yeah, and it connected with a prayer I prayed
Yeah.
earlier that day.
Oh,
It
wow.
was funny how it happened if you ever go see it. And I let them know that this was something that was like very clear to me of what had just happened
Mm-hmm.
because I overslept. I
Oh, shit.
prayed for something specific, and I knew I was supposed to be on stream at a certain time, and I wasn't because I overslept. I don't remember going to sleep after the prayer.
Yeah.
But the prayer was very specific. I overslept, and the crazy part about it is when I did get on stream, if I wouldn't have overslept, that would have never
Oh,
happened.
shoot.
So for me, I was like, was my prayer answered immediately?
Yeah.
Like, and of course, a lot of people, it's just coincidence. But I'm like, But I usually like get on stream on time, you know. And this one day after this prayer, this specific prayer, why? Because I was giving up. I was like, nothing is happening. I'm putting in all this work.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's not that I'm seeking attention. It's just that I'm working so hard and I'm like, okay, I got my kids, I got my wife, I got my time, and oh, this is too hard. And you know what? Maybe this ain't it. And I prayed a certain prayer
Yeah.
and that happened.
Oh,
And
no
so,
way.
right. And so raids, I've gotten used to them. And like I said, people thought I was just a natural at what I was doing. But I was just like, you know what? I always think of things of what if I came into your stream, or what if I showed you some love, or something. You know, people don't just come to your stream just to just sit there.
Right.
Most people come, and when they say hi, they want you to say hi back.
Yeah.
You know, so I've always been the one, and even to the point of this messing up while I'm gaming, that I'm reading so much comments to the point where even my community will be like, bro, stop reading the comments, play the game. I'll be like, but I gotta make sure y'all,
It's that Southern
yeah.
hospitality, man. You're welcoming
Right.
people in. Yeah.
That's another thing. I'm from the South, and I do have that Southern hospitality quality that I was raised with. So yeah.
Nice. Excellent. And now, for somebody who's thinking about going live or creating their own shorts, what kind of advice do you have for them? For somebody who's been, you're in your 40s, you've experienced life, what kind of advice do you have for those people that are thinking
Who want
about
to
go live on Twitch maybe, or create some content, create some TikToks and shorts, who are over 30? Let's target that.
I do believe that depending on certain things, you know how some people say, well, you ain't never too old to do anything. Well, I mean, you can't get on the NFL field and
Well,
at the
hang on
age
though.
of 85.
Tom Brady just ran faster, I think, this week than he ran the 40 when he was 20, but he's a unique individual though.
Right. But I'm talking about I'm talking about something very specific. You can't be 95 years old, in a wheelchair and be like, I can still play in the NFL. No, you
No, you
can't.
can't.
Okay, you can't. That's what I mean. But as far as like 30, it's like, let me stop saying like, because I need to get rid of the likes, the your nose, and the I've been
Yes.
trying to practice on that. What I would say to anyone who wants to do something like this, first ask yourself, are you doing this for you? Or are you doing this because you see somebody else doing it? And yes, they're influential and it's inspiring, but is this something you would do for you? Or are you doing it out of, something vicariously, out of living through somebody else? Or are you doing this? Find out first if it's for you. And if it's not, do not go for it. If you're doing it thinking, I want to make a lot of money, you've already failed. Don't do it. It's not going to work. But if you are going to do it with intention. Do your homework, because you don't want to just do something and you're not succeeding. So if you want to succeed, do your homework. Make sure you got your ducks in a row, that you got everything in place, and go for it. For every cause, there's an effect. And if you're not causing anything to be affected, then nothing will be affected. So for me, the greatest motto I've ever heard is from Nike: just do it.
Yeah.
I tell anybody, you got to understand, time is not waiting on you. You don't control time. Time controls you. So if you're going to do something like this, understand that like anything else, is going to come with work. A lot of people think you're just pressing this button and you're done. Nobody. You couldn't be further from the truth. But in an aspect, it is, because you can just press the button and then you be playing the game and you're recording yourself. But if you don't want no more than that, then that's all you're going to get.
Right.
Because I guarantee you can go to Twitch and you can click on Apex Legend, and I guarantee you're going to see a unlimited scrolling of zero viewers, of unlimited people doing this. Like one time in my stream, I wanted to raise somebody. And so I wanted to find the first person with a webcam. I wanted to see somebody who put their time in to get a webcam, get some good quality for people to, and some people don't have it, and I get that.
Right.
But I wanted to look at the people who did put some kind of work towards it. And I was scrolling, bro, for like 45 minutes.
Wow.
Scrolling, still had zero viewers, zero viewers, zero. You wouldn't imagine how many people are just streaming with just there.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I be wondering, like, I wish I can just send a message to all of them and be like, what do you want out of your life?
Yeah.
Really, what do you want? Are you really putting in the work to do this? So I'll tell anybody, put the work in, man. You're not going to be able to do not just streaming, anything in life.
Yeah.
If you don't put the work behind it, it's not going to happen. Tarducks wouldn't be here if my brother didn't put no work behind what he does. If I could say this, and I think I heard Denzel Washington and somebody else say, I think it was Denzel. Dreams without goals are just dreams that ultimately fuel disappointment. On your road to your dreams, you must include determination, I think it's dedication and consistency. Because without dedication, you'll never start. But without consistency, you'll never finish. So be consistent, be dedicated, and determined in what you're doing.
Nice. That's
what I have.
awesome.
Mm.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent
that's what I got
advice.
from. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And now, since you hit that go live button, what have been some of your more, what are some of the great memories, the good memories you got from this?
It's a few.
Yeah.
It's several. When you first hit 50 followers, when you first hit 100, when you first hit 1,000, when you hit 5,000, when you but if I can say specific one of them was a guy. He and this was early on in my stream when I was doing something that most streamers or most content creators that live stream say what you're doing is taboo. On Sundays, and I still do it till this day, called Servant Sunday. And we have praise and worship before we game. So I call it praise and play on Servant Sunday. And most people look at that as, you shouldn't do that. You're gonna fail, period.
Right.
Nobody wants to see that. And not to my surprise, I just did what I felt like I knew I was led to do. Because I cannot be ashamed of what I believe in.
Right.
And I'll tell anybody, I don't care what you believe in. If you're ashamed of it, you don't believe in it. Okay. And this guy came in while we was going on, and we'll listen to songs, whatever,
Yeah.
I'll put a song on and I'll tell people, we'll reflect on our life, because sometimes we don't do that. And so I was there and I see the comments and this guy popped in. I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
But he was saying, hey, I need someone to talk to. And so as it was going on, I didn't want to stop the music and everything. And I was recognizing him, through saying, hey, I'm gonna get to your comment in a minute. And so after this one song was over, the guys ended up typing in, and he's still part of our community now. He's from the UK. He said, before your stream was on, I had already made up in my mind to unalive myself.
Yeah, wow.
And I was scrolling through Facebook. I don't know why I was. And run into your stream, and I'm glad I did. Because of your example of how you love and worship God, I believe my life is important now, and I don't want to take it anymore. Thank you.
Wow.
Everybody was pouring out, crying. All you seen was like the crying emojis.
Yeah.
Everybody supporting the guy. I was crying. Everybody was just crying all over the place. Because for me, I was wondering if what I'm doing is purposeful.
Right.
Or am I just playing video games?
Right.
That was a clear sign to me that what I'm doing is more than streaming.
Absolutely.
And I'm reaching people in such a way that it's not the work that I'm doing, it's the work that's being done through me.
Yeah.
So I believe, I'll tell anybody, I believe I'm an instrument of God.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I'm being used as a conduit to reach others.
Yep.
And so that was one very specific one I'll never forget early on.
That's amazing.
And the other one was when I reached, was it it was the nice wig. It was the nice wig raid.
Yeah.
Because my whole family came in and I was just pouring out in tears because I didn't believe I can even get to that kind of point where somebody like that would recognize me in any kind of way, shape, or form or fashion. But it was really the support from my community and my wife and my kids hugging on me in the video. That was a great moment for me.
Yeah.
I'm saying I have a whole lot of those, trust me. But that was two very significant ones that I'll never forget.
And just think, that all started from your wife writing those words on those, around your empty shell of where you're sitting right now.
Absolutely. And they're still in the studs in this room right now. And knowing that gives me confidence in itself.
Yeah. Oh,
shout out to my baby. Love you.
Yeah,
Love
there
you,
we
wife.
go. Oh, excellent. And now, are you working on your Twitch partner, or are you already a Twitch partner?
I reached a point where you get the achievements and you achieve 80 people, but the way their system works, if a lot of that was based off of raids, they don't count it. So I'm still working on it, but I got to a point where it is a goal, but I'm not making it such one to where hey y'all, we need to get more people in here, and we need. I need y'all to. I'm the guy that everybody comes to that when they be like, I have people apologize to me, which is crazy. Hey, I didn't catch your stream last week, and I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah, live your life, like
exactly.
You live your best life at that, But and I've had people even say, hey man, if I had some money to give to sub to your channel, I'd be like, no, you're good, like, and everybody know, and they'll have days where they just. And I'll be very serious, like, and it'll start off as there go 200 bits, and I'll be like, hey y'all, keep your money, love y'all, appreciate you, just be here when you can or whatever, and then they'll start just giving like crazy, and they be trying to make me cry, bro. And sometimes they
know you got feelings, and they want to strike one of them.
Right. So as far as I know it's a goal that I want to reach. But if I don't, I'm fine with it. As long as I'm exposing myself in other places and I'm touching people's lives. In a way to see, like, I've had plenty of messages come through, like, hey man, I'm a 50-year-old dude, and man, you just made my day because I feel like I was just too old to do something. Or, like, hey man, you're very inspiring that from young people to old. Like they look at me as this old guy. But I know I'm not this old. I'm 45 years old. But I'm okay with it.
45, I really believe this. Like 45 and 50 today is not what I think of when, my folks were, when I was looking up at them and they're like, oh, that's old. But it's not the same anymore.
and that also depends on, and I got to say this on the person themselves individually. If you're not taking care of your body, if you're not taking care of yourself and eating right and working out or whatever you need to do to make sure, you're not letting yourself go, so to speak. And I've always, I tell people, some people like, well, you don't have to always care about how you look. I suggest that you should. You should care about if you brush your teeth or if your hygiene as well and things like that, to make you feel better about yourself. Forget what other people think. How do you feel about yourself? And if you look in the mirror and you like, I don't like that. Okay, don't complain about it. Change it.
Act.
That's the beauty of being a human being. We can take in information and we can do what we want with that information and apply something to change how we look at something or a perspective. We can do that. And so a lot of people need encouragement and inspiration. But I tell people, I think what all you need is determination and discipline. Discipline yourself, man. So yeah.
And now, you not only stream, you focus on other content. What other, you do shorts, you do TikToks, things like that. Do you find that helps bring people into your community?
Yes. At first, everybody starts off and thinking all of my clips got to be me doing a squad wipe and shooting, and I was doing that at first. And then that's when, my community and even my wife was like, that ain't why we're here. Like, we're not here for that. We're here for the raging. We're here for so if you look at a lot of my clips, man, it ain't even about the gameplay most of the time. It's about this guy screaming at the top of his lungs, talking to people, singing, having serious, wait a minute. He just did a microphone video. He just did a singing video. He just did a video where he's commentating on somebody else's music and telling us about how we were when, these youngsters don't know about the old school music. And it just, content is content. So I tell people, being a content creator is not you just shooting people in a game. It's you creating content out of anything. Matter of fact, I tell people, I'm the content. Yeah. You're the content. The game is just a bonus or whatever else is it. You're the content. So believe in yourself and not the product. You're the product. So that's how it came to me, like, to understand that, people just want to see, people would just want to see, okay, my daughter. Oh, okay. That's the one I was trying to think of. I got to add this clip in there.
All right.
When you said there were moments, and my daughter came in one day, I had just started the stream. It was 10 minutes in. She said, and I cried on stream because it's something I deal with daily as far as, like I told you, the family time. And
yep.
I love my children, man. I know people like, oh, that's cliche. Everybody love their kids. Well, no, everybody really doesn't, but anyway, she came in and I was like, hey, baby. She was like, Daddy. I was like, yeah. She was like, and she said it under her breath. And I was like, what'd you say? And I said, say it in the mic. Because people like to hear Jay talk. She just, 6-year-old sweetie pie. She said, I want my daddy to teach me how to ride the bike. And I, oh my God, bro. It was one of those things where, and she left out. And I said, for all those who want to know what we deal with, especially fathers or wives, people that have children, or just period people in their life, that's something I deal with. That I'm on this stream with y'all, but my daughter wants me to teach her how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
And I know most of you are saying that you better not sit here and act like you're going to sacrifice not teaching her. And I wasn't. And I teared up like everybody did, because I told them this is what I deal with, like, up here.
Right.
And I said, you know what? I'm just going to take the stream outside.
Oh, no way.
I made a clip of it and took a stream outside, and we taught Jade how to ride the bike on stream. And I made a whole clip of it. It was absolutely amazing. Oh, so awesome. that was another one. Like, yeah, that was another one.
Nice.
That's what, to me, content creation is just people seeing things that they see all the time.
Yeah.
But you're just showing them on a video with your personality.
Yeah. Nice. Now you hit a point there a second ago. You're talking about, youth and music and whatnot. What is some song that, the youngins should, go back and listen to? So let's just, what's one of your songs one of your favorite songs that somebody, younger in their 20s or even, late teens should, they should appreciate this song.
I just posted when I was telling you, give me a little bit to get on. I was actually posting the clip. This funny. That's crazy that you asked this. I don't even know if I could play it right here, but I literally just posted a clip on all platforms right now.
Yeah.
Of what you're asking.
No way.
That song is the one by Sam Cooke, A Change Is Gonna Come.
Yep. All right.
I'll tell any youngin', if you've never heard this song, go listen to this song. And if it doesn't resonate within your soul, maybe you're not human. That's all I'm saying.
All right. There we go.
So A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke.
All right. There we go. All right. So TexasT, I found you through Apex. Tell me a bit about that game. First of all, what was your path to Apex?
My path to Apex was through a game already made by Respawn called Titanfall. Titanfall was a multiplayer game, but also a campaign mode game. For me, that game like was beyond its time.
Yeah.
Um,
It still is.
right. And so at that time, also, this is when I wasn't streaming or anything. I was just a gamer, like period. And this when I had time to actually game when I had time. But that game, they announced Respawn. That's when I was also playing H1Z1.
Mm-hmm.
So that was also a game that Dr. Disrespect was real big on. I remember back then. And that's when Battle Royale started. And so that's when Respawn announced we're going to be making a Battle Royale called Apex Legends. I was waiting on it because I was like, anything this company makes is going to be fantastic. And so that's how it led me into that, Apex Legends. And as soon as it was downloadable,
Yeah.
I downloaded it immediately. Been playing it ever since. Still love the game till this day. Like it's still my favorite game.
Yeah.
Like so, I tell people I'm saying this from experience. I've been playing video games almost my whole life, and I'll tell anybody if I suggest a game to you, play Apex.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "Why?" Because I still haven't gotten bored of it. Like there are games that I got bored with, and this connects to when I told you SOCON Confrontation was my first all-time favorite game,
Right.
which got me into shooters, period. But yeah, Titanfall by Respawn led me into Apex Legends.
All right.
And I also got away from Call of Duty during this time. I was playing both.
Yeah.
But when Apex came in, Call of Duty was an afterthought. That's all I can tell you.
All right. So what about Apex has its hooks into you that, you're still playing it, you're still loving it? What keeps you coming back to it?
It makes me rage. Like genuinely. It's people can tell, I've earned the name Wholesome Rager. And if you watch my clips, you can tell, everybody will tell, you know what? Bro, you are my spirit animal right now. Like they be like, So everybody asks me what keeps me coming back? The rage. It makes me, any game that makes me feel like that connects to your emotions, it's a great game. I'll tell anybody. If it makes you rage, it is a fantastic game because you're into it.
Right. Yeah.
Now imagine playing a game where you like, oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, tiny. Okay. No.
It knows how to push your buttons.
Right. Yeah. Because you start off like, ooh, I get to play the Lootfest today, yeah. And you happy, and then the first game, you like, I want to kill everybody. Oh, you all did.
Oh, shoot.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's the simple answer.
All right.
As far as like the game itself, it's just the mechanics of the game. Everything about the game to me is are there some things I would like them to change or fix yes, I think every game has that. But for the most part, the simplest answer is it gets me emotionally.
All right. Excellent.
If you make me rage and get emotional, it's a great game. So that's what keeps me coming back.
And now for, if somebody's thinking of playing the game for the first time, like I've never fired up, and if I'm coming in to play it, what kind of advice? How should I approach,
Apex?
Yes.
How to approach Apex? Approach Apex as it's gonna immediately, you're gonna know you're playing a different shooter from every other shooter in the entire world.
Yeah.
First of all, as soon as you get on it, you're gonna know, okay, what have I got myself into? Like, I love the fact, and now I'm gonna add like some stuff besides the rage. I love the fact that you have to learn. Like, of course, you learn everything has a learning curve.
Right.
But this is one of those games where you like, oh, I gotta learn how to play this game. Like, it's literally, okay, I have to have skill to play this game. All right. From recoil control to movement, to the options of movement. And then once you see what you can do, you're like, wait a minute, I can slide, heal myself while I'm sliding, turn around while I'm also still sliding and shoot at somebody. And at the same time, while I'm still sliding, I can look at my inventory and I can look at this while I'm still sliding. Then I can get to a wall that I see, and I know somebody's going to be over there. I can jump on this wall and jump off of it and go the other way. And I got a grapple on me because you got special attacks, depending on how you got. Say I got Pathfinder. Now I can jump off this wall. I see that tree. I'm going to hook my grapple to that tree, swing around behind the guy because he's fighting with one guy and he don't know I'm swinging behind him. Shoot him in the back, slide off again. It's one of those games where you were thinking in another game, I wish I can do this.
Yeah.
That's what Apex offers.
All right. Excellent. And
That you can actually use your mind as a human predator. That you're like, I want to be able to do this. And you can in that game.
okay.
Yep. I love it.
And how would you describe the Apex community?
Ooh.
Don't hold back. You're my first
Ooh.
Apex creator, so I have no
Toxic.
idea.
Toxic.
Is it?
Toxic. And I believe that also has to do with the generation we're in.
Yeah.
No respect. But at the same time, back then we knew in the Call of Duty days, man, you can look, you don't even got to be a black guy to be called the N-word.
Yeah.
Like I've had friends that were white guys, homies, and they're like, bro, and they're in the stream with me, not the stream, they're on the game with me back in the day.
Yeah.
And they like playing with me, and somebody called them, they're like, bro, I'm white. They're like, I don't care. That's what you are. Like, and so toxic, I'm gonna say toxic.
Yeah.
A lot of hidden racism.
Yeah.
In the community. There's a lot of people, of course, that you got your good and your bad.
Yes.
It's a balance.
That's life.
Right. You got, and I think this with anything. The community itself, though, for the most part, is very receptive of Apex.
Yeah.
Most of the community, I don't know if it's half and half. All I know is if you watch my clips, most of the people are nasty people, bro.
And
I think it's a lot of kids. They just have no respect, and very few people you'll actually bump into that are cool folks. You know, they want to play together. They're not toxic. You know, they laugh with you, but for the most part, and that's where my content comes from a lot, is people who are toxic that run into me, a wholesome, raging, petty person. I'm very petty. Hey, bro, I am petty, bro. I am like,
you hold a grudge?
Be like, oh, I want all the smoke. You know, you're gonna, yep, you're about to be my viral clip. Yep. Mm-hmm. But yeah, for the most part, I think I would say half and half, but I honestly believe more than half are just very toxic people. But the other ones are, you know, for the most part, really good folks.
And now, when you're playing, are you playing with randoms, or do you play, with two other people you know most of the time?
So before I streamed, I always wanted to play with my homies.
Yeah.
I did not want to play by myself. When I started streaming, and I'll tell anybody, you got to add this for your I'm a content creator.
Right.
I have my content creation days. For the most part, I'm playing solo. I do customs, I do sub games, community games, and play with other, but I don't have a dedicated squad. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think if I did, I wouldn't be able to create the content I create.
Yeah.
Now there's a few people that I can name that are, shout out to the TexasT. This husband and wife. They're very serious, Apex players. They the grinders, want to get the masters, and me, I can't take it. I can't take rank. Pubs alone make me want to, rank will make me have me, be yeah. I'm okay. I'm fine. Ranked, I mostly play by myself.
Okay. All right.
But I have the community days. I have the sub game days. I have the, there are days that there are a few people like my mods. One of them in particular, two of them, her name is Key. We call her Key. And the other one, that's my mod, and G and Mr. Critic. Also, these are a few people that Critic is a guy that I've been playing with for over 20 years since the military, since the Navy.
Yeah.
And he had just come in every day, and he has. And I'll tell anybody, they be like, what about you? You don't support favoritism. I don't, but this was my Navy buddy. I don't care if he comes in. Whenever he comes in, if he say I want to play, he's playing with me. Period. That's one of the exceptions. Like him and two other people are like an exception.
Yeah.
Like why? Because you think my personality is blue, 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 blue? Their personality matches mine, and I'm like, that's what I love, you know.
Nice.
So I tell people, if you coming in here for somebody that's finna get 20 kills, 30 kills, go to another stream. That's not going to happen here. But what I can tell you, what you're going to get is you're going to get entertained fully. Yeah.
Ah. So now, did you? Were you in the Navy?
I was in the Navy.
Oh, well, thank you for your service, man.
Oh, no problem, man. Hey, man, you do what I have to do. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I went in just to get away from the hood.
Yeah.
I didn't like where I grew up at. I didn't like crack everywhere and pimps and prostitution and other things. And that's all I seen, you know. I the murders and stuff like that, and you know, and drugs infestation and things. And I went to the military because I wanted to get away from all of that. Like my mind was just totally set on I want
out
something better than this, you know, and you don't have to be a product of your environment. And I didn't want to be that.
Nice. That's amazing. And it got you out and where you are today.
And I'm glad I went because it did teach me a lot.
Yeah.
You know, it taught me a lot. It really taught me how to be an individual, responsible, a leader, someone who's focused and determined on getting things done, being organized. I can go on and on, all the good things it gave me. So I had to just get away.
Yeah.
And so for those people who thinking, did you go to serve your country? No, I went to get out of the hood. Okay. To get out of the atmosphere and environment I was in. I didn't know what to expect, but I did know my uncles went, my dad went, you know, and things like that. So that's encouraged me to go ahead and do it also.
Yeah. Excellent. That's awesome. All right. So, you know, when you're not gaming, you've been to some of the TwitchCons. You were just at Lootfest. So let's talk about Lootfest this past weekend. How was that?
Lootfest was fun.
Yeah.
Amazing. You get to meet. It's smaller than the other conventions, but they're getting bigger.
Yeah.
Like I said, shouts out to Tactical Grama on all of her, because she is one of the main people there. Shouts out to all of the creators at Max Rhymes. I love that guy. That guy is one of the guys that helped change the trajectory of my career also.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. But as far as Lootfest itself, Lootfest was amazing.
Nice.
Lootfest is small. It was, like I said, it's smaller than most conventions, but you get to like see everybody that, you know, that everything is, it's not too packed.
Right.
You know, everybody's like, hey, you know, you get to get your feels in for networking, see different new things coming from different developers or people who are trying to put something out that's good for gaming, the gaming industry, and just connect with people. We had a little after party. Max was DJing. He's also a DJ.
Okay.
You know, so he's the gaming DJ. So that's his headliner thing. Other than that, just meeting friends that I see on stream, but I don't really get to see in real life. DDS 6818, Panda Skills. Shout out to him. Forrest Curse, I Am I Candy, all these great, you know, streamers, and it was just amazing. Nice. I just love it. I've been to a few of them, but I like Lootfest for the you get to get closer with everybody because it ain't so big.
Yeah. And speaking of the big, the big Twitch cons, you know, what's this? Did you make Vegas or did you go to San Diego 2 years ago?
I made Vegas.
Oh, okay.
That was a guarantee that me and my wife was going because we love Vegas anyway. We'll go even if it wasn't a TwitchCon. We'll still go. But I did make it to that one. I made it to a few in the past. Like I was trying to hit them all.
Yeah.
But of course, if you're not, you know, if your funds ain't
up
to par, you're gonna have to try to plan for it. But it's so many that you got to pick which one depending on what your finances are looking like.
Yeah.
But ideally, I would love to go to all of them.
Yeah. And how was TwitchCon Vegas? What was that experience like?
TwitchCon Vegas, like, first of all, Vegas is amazing. And Vegas, TwitchCon is always on their Twitch is just on their stuff, man.
Yeah.
They got, and they've been in the business for, they pretty
Mm-hmm.
much the originators
Yeah.
of this thing, and they got it down to a science. It's so much you don't get to go to everything. Like, it's just so much.
Right.
You go into the convention, and the convention center is already huge, but it's just something for every single person. Everybody. It's I don't care what it is. It's something in there for you. If it's dealing with gaming, technology, networking, piece, anything that deal with electronics,
Yeah.
gaming, anime, everything. Everything that you would want and more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love how they had everything in there and gave you too much,
Yes. And that's something I always like to get the creators sort of take on this. You're going to TwitchCon, you see
Mhm.
the people you look up to, but you turn
Yeah.
this way, and now here's your community looking at you. It's like, it's got to be a unique experience.
Yeah. If your community is there.
Yeah, like your community, TexasT community shows up, and hey, for the first time, somebody's recognized you and said,
That actually
hey,
happened.
yeah,
Yep. That's happened a couple times. The first time it happened, the first time it happened, it blew my mind.
yeah,
One of my mods came to a convention we were at called DreamHack.
mm-hmm.
And she came there, and I'm just like, wait, G, what are you? Yeah, I drove all the way here. You get to see me for real. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is mind blowing. So even now, my community is talking about having a community meetup.
Oh, nice.
One day, and they're like, hey, we'll all come to Texas and let's put something together. But to see the people that you either look up to, or your community, or people that's just not directly in the community, but
Yeah.
they know of you, well, you could consider them being in the community, especially if they follow, and they'll just walk up to me, bro. And it's for me, because I know everybody say this, but I'm really just a regular old dude. Like, I'm really a regular dude out here. So you walk up to me like, oh my God, TexasT. And I'm like, oh my God, who are you? You know how some people be, they scared to say, hey, who are you? Not me. I'm like, I've had plenty of times be like, you TexasT? I'll be like, who are you? What's your name? Do I know you? Because if I know you, I'll be like, okay, so it's one of those things. You know me, but I don't know you. Okay, I got you. So, but it's an awkward feeling for me
Yeah.
because I'm not used to it. And I always am my authentic self. And I believe that's what people like about me when they meet me. And I've had plenty of them say, you're the same guy. I'm like, well, who else am I supposed
Right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
They're like, no, you're really like this. I'm like, yeah, I'm really, yep, that's me. Yep. But I find it amazing.
Nice.
And I don't, some people get big-headed.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I'm more of like, hey, we cool, we friends.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? High five, and this is me. Hey, but I gotta go. I'll cut you off real quick because I'm like, hey, I'm kind of busy. I gotta move around. Okay. I just wanted to. Can I get a picture? Yeah. Go and get your picture. All right, now go on now. No. No, I'm just playing for the most part.
Oh,
I'll just
man.
be myself.
Nice.
But I love it though.
Excellent.
I really do.
And now, when you're not streaming, you're not creating content, what are some of the things you like to do? You husband, dad, what are some of the things you enjoy?
I enjoy bowling. I enjoy watching anime with my wife.
Yeah.
Even by myself. I can watch anime by myself anywhere. Fixing things around the house. Teaching my kids things that need to be taught. So when they leave my home, they'll be fully prepared with things that their dad was able to teach. Spending time with my family.
Yeah. It goes by
I
too
know
fast.
I edit and stuff off stream, but if I didn't have to, I wouldn't. I've tried hiring editors, but it's hard to find someone that can connect with who you are
Yeah.
and let that stand out in a clip. So I'm still looking on that part. I'm willing to pay somebody to
Yeah.
do that because it is time consuming. It
Yeah.
really is. But I've learned to enjoy that. But as far as that, bowling, watching anime, going on trips with the wife, uh, doing things with the kids, doing daddy stuff,
Nice. Yep.
daddy husband stuff. Yeah.
Excellent. And we've you've mentioned your wife a few times. I saw the video, the 10-year anniversary. You guys went on a cruise. That was
Yeah.
amazing. How was that?
We want to do it every year, and then make it bigger and bigger. It's something we have to do. Even if it's just for me and my wife to have a break from the world,
Mm-hmm.
even though we know wherever we go, is people going to be there.
Right.
But just to get away from anybody who knows us, and
You
and it'll be
time.
my wife. Yeah, it'll be us time. But my wife will be the one that'll suggest, "Hey, go live." She likes the fact that the community loves what we represent.
Yeah.
And I think she really seen it once I became, and it's funny for me to say this, a public figure.
Mm-hmm.
That still bothers me because I'll be at work and they'll be like, and somebody will walk by and be like, "Bro, I just seen a clip of you." And
They'll
I'm
put
like,
two and
"No,
two together.
one
It's
me,
like,
one me, one me, bro, one me, look alike, But it was amazing, man. Me and my wife, we always make it a point to solidify our relationship with each other. Keep this, if I can speak the term, keep the fire going.
Yep.
Sparks everywhere, and keep it exciting all the time. And I've always been able to make her laugh. And I love the fact that me and her can be ourselves
Yeah.
with each other. And if you can't be yourself with your spouse, then something's not right.
Absolutely.
Something not right.
And
You
10
red
years,
flag.
man, that's a long time. That's a good achievement. That's an amazing
Yeah,
achievement.
I appreciate it, man. So
Yeah.
it's always it was amazing. That wasn't our first. I think that was our third or fourth
Yeah.
cruise. We love cruises.
Excellent.
You get away from everybody for real. You be on the water, away from land,
Mhm.
everything. So
Yeah.
I advise anybody to do that. Go do that at least once.
All right. Well, hey, you made it through a Tardux podcast. I really appreciate it. It was wonderful to meet you.
Oh, we made it through?
We made it through. Yeah, we're almost through. There's one more thing though.
Uh-oh.
Like the last, every guest that's been on, when we get to the end, I ask them to recommend somebody in your community, your peer group that you think would have a good story to come on and share their journey.
Because everybody's gonna be like, "Pick me, pick me."
All right, you get two. Will you throw two names that you think have some good stories to share?
Forrest Curse.
Okay.
Max Rhymes is always there. Max
All right.
Rhymes.
Okay. Now, who's Max Rhymes?
Max Rhymes. Max Rhymes is a amazing content creator who has also become a brother of mine in a way, like a brotherhood kind of thing. He was the first huge streamer when I was very small. Big streamer, huge streamer, man, on Facebook, especially when Facebook was popping.
Yep.
That just was scrolling through one day and said, "I seen yours." He said immediately, I just came. I knew who he was.
Yeah.
He didn't know who I was. And he just came into my stream and said, "What's up, Texas?" And I'm like, and I seen the name like, why is Max Rhymes in my stream? The Max Rhymes? And he was just like, "Man, I love your energy." He subbed to my channel immediately.
Yeah.
And said, "Hey, do me a favor. Come to PAX West." I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, "What's that?" It was like a convention. And from that point on, I actually went. And brother, met Forrest Curse. That's his name.
Yeah.
He has my actual real name, and from there it was just him, Marine 1169. I don't know if you know him.
No.
Marine 1169 Forrest Curse and Max Rhymes became my brothers immediately, like right off bat.
Oh, nice.
And because I've met Max, he knew so many people, and he had, like, I was invited into the Facebook meetings, and I was like, I'm a regular little bitty, you know. It's like, no, Bram, he's with me, you know, come on in, you know, and he helped me shape my perspective of what content creation is.
Yeah.
And how to expose myself in a more professional manner.
Right.
And how to put in the work. Very encouraging, inspiring guy.
All right. There we go.
Max Rhymes. MAXRHYMS. I think that's how you spell it.
Okay. Well, we'll find him. All right. Well, hey, TexasT, thank you so much for doing that. It was really amazing to hear your story and meet you, and I can't thank you enough for taking the time to do this.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for even inviting me to do something like this. Like, I don't do many of these, you know. I did just recently do another one in Lootfest. Shouts out to Jimmy Dukes. He did a podcast with me, and right after you did. So yeah, but thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Excellent.